Welcome to the Commercial Kitchen Chronicles, the original food service equipment repair podcast built by technicians for technicians. Whether you're on the front lines of repair, keeping the kitchen running smoothly, or just passionate about the food service repair industry, this podcast is your go-to source for expert insight, tech tips, and real stories from the field. Everything said on the Commercial Kitchen Chronicles comes straight from the hosts and guests and does not represent the views of their employers, companies, or partners. We're here to share real stories, real experiences, and real opinions. Take it as insight, not as official policy. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Commercial Kitchen Chronicles. I am your host, Pat Finley. Tonight, I have a very special guest, Let's Be Tech's Mr. Johnny Hall himself on, and I'm excited to have him on. But first of all, let's get to the sponsors. I got to appreciate Viper Refrigeration Technologies for what they do for the channel. They really help me out, and they are a great product. So, you probably heard of Nylog Blue, but don't sleep on Nylog White. It's a non-hardening, non-drying sealant for threaded connections, gaskets, and O-rings. It uses an advanced blend of silicones, Teflon, and is NSF registered, making it ideal for potable water, ice machines, and food packaging areas. It's also non-corrosive, non-toxic, and here's a bonus. You even wash some of your clothes way easier than traditional pipe dope. If you're working on air, water, gas, or glycol systems, grab some Nylog White. I can attest that stuff washes out of all my uniforms, so my wife doesn't complain. It's not left in the washer and dryer like some of this crap is. So thank you, Viper and Refrigeration Technologies, for everything you do. You guys are awesome. What is going on, Johnny?
Hey, you see it most of the time, day in, day out.
Yeah, day in, day out, making videos, man. I stumbled upon you towards mid-fall probably last year and been following along, and you kind of just taken over on the HVACR videos. You do a great job explaining it. You have some fun sometimes too. You're serious when you need to be. So that's a great outlook to have. I've been trying to do a little more rage bait stuff here lately, and I need to kind of calm down on that. It's not getting me the attention I needed to get. So it's time to go back to showing how to do some stuff and getting back to basics. So
yeah, I don't even try to rage bait. Sometimes I just try to throw a little sarcasm in there. But man, there's some people who either I'm doing it wrong or they don't understand it.
My best videos producing wise is like where I do something in the background and don't even realize I did it, and like everyone loses their mind. Like I got one right now that's been going on for like 2 weeks about they think I'm gonna get locked into a walk-in freezer because I open the door, a padlock on there, and I go in it. I'm like, it doesn't work that way, people. I could do it if I thought I was gonna get locked in there. And like, people just losing their mind. I'm like, well, whatever. Thanks for the engagement.
Yeah. Yeah, I was given a sample of rope, 200 foot of rope to do an advertisement on TikTok. And, I was like, all right, well, obviously if we want to test it, we want to test the strength of the rope. Tons is a good weight measurement, and air conditioners have tons. So let's see how many tons of air conditioning it can list. Man, there's so many people was like, that doesn't weigh 2 tons. It was crazy.
It's a play on words.
It blew my mind though, because everywhere you go to work residential, they'll tell you, it's like, I think I got a 3 ton out there, but then you do something like this, and it's like, there's no way that weighs 3 tons. It's not a unit of weight. It is, but not in this instance.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. So you've been in this industry since you were 18 years old. You've got 27 years in HVAC, no formal trade school. You build everything from the ground up. Take us back to the beginning, and how did you even get started in this industry?
Well, I took during high school. We could take half a year of vocational school.
Mm-hmm.
I chose carpentry, and I have built stuff with my dad and my papa, ever since I was 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So using hammers, nails, screws was just second nature to me. When I got out of high school, I moved to Columbus, Ohio, really soon after high school, and built houses up there for a year, and then got tired of the big city life. I came back home and started for a builder here, and I was probably only working for him like a month, and he got into trouble and knew he was going to be going away for a while. So his HVAC contractor was the only HVAC contractor that he would use. He would build houses out of his own pocket, turnkey, and then turn around and sell them. So his HVAC contractor, he approached him and said, I need you to give that young man a job. He's like, everyone else on the crew, they're just workers. The, you know, but that guy, he gives everything when he goes and does it. So give him a job. They told me to show up Monday morning, and I had no clue what I was getting into. So I started as a helper doing duct work. A lot of duct board, a lot of low crawlers, attics. I was a lot smaller then too, so it worked out in their favor.
Yeah. New guy, small guy, you're getting to do all the fun stuff. Let's shove him in that hole and tell him to drag us across.
Yeah. There was a few that I guess somebody bid it from the driveway that I couldn't even fit in, so they had to end up not going that route.
Oh, that's wild. So no formal training, so you just learn the hard way.
Yeah.
I mean, guys still struggle coming out of school. Don't get me wrong, but like, so there's something about just getting thrown to the wolves and figuring it out. And I was the same way with what I do. Just get out there and get after it, man. And it's how long did it take you to figure out like, hey, I can do this? I like this, or I want to do this, or was it just a necessity and it just kind of blew up into more?
Yeah, originally it was just, you start a crew in debt, you have to go to work every day. You've got to eat. It's not like getting to live back at home with mom and dad anymore. It's like you got to do something or face the consequences. But yeah, to touch base on what you were talking about the trade schools, I think some of them have been a little disappointing. I know I worked with one outfit where if you listed that you went to the local trade school, your resume probably found its way to the trash can because they literally did not teach anyone, anything that they would need to come out of school and go into the field.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these for-profit trade schools are just about pumping kids through, and in order for those kids to get grants, they have to have a certain passing percentage. So they just make it so anybody can pass this. They get a passing percentage that looks good on paper, so they can be accredited for grants and stuff. I'm like, man, that's a crazy thing to do to people, man. Because people come out and they tell them these high expectations. Oh, you're going to make this much amount of money, and you're going to do this, this, and this. They're going to put you in a van right away, and no, like I got to teach you everything you learned in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. There'll be some comments in some of my videos, and they'll say, "Man, you've taught me more in the last 3 videos than I learned in my entire trade school." And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't doubt it for a lot of them. I know some of these are going to be instances where parents are pressuring their kids. It's like, "Oh, you're graduating, you got to pick something now," and they're like, we'll just try HVAC." And their heart's not in it. They're not going to pay attention in class, and
No, it's definitely demanding in the field. You get out anything what you put into it, but HVAC will beat you up, man. You can be on a roof in -10 degrees or 100 degrees. I mean, there's Kentucky's wild, dude. It gets hot and cold there.
yeah, we get the humidity, we get it all.
So, do you think the industry leans too much on certifications and not enough on real world ability then?
Uh, I don't see a lot of that in our area. I mean, we're in a real rural area, so there's not a lot of certifications to get. What few classes we get to our local distributors, some of them maybe just be an hour long, and some of them you may look out and it'll be in the evening. They'll do 2 or 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really hard in our area to get any of that. So having the internet, if I could have had the internet when I was a young tech, it's like, where would I be today?
Mm-hmm. There is so much information out there. Now, there's a lot of wrong information out there, but there's a lot of
Yes.
people to look up to and learn from, for sure. I've seen something today, and I was like, it was a fryer question. The guy said that low gas pressure would cause the flame to get back to the gas valve and take the gas valve out. I was like, "What did you just say?" I'm like, "That doesn't make sense. No, that doesn't work that way, dude. Like, you have to have oxygen to mix with gas for fire. The flame
Yeah.
doesn't actually travel through a pipe full of gas. It doesn't work that way." Like, I'm like, whatever,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. It uses the Bernalli effect to be where it is.
Yeah, that's funny. It's just you gotta be careful what you look for and what you do online because people are dumb.
Yeah. I mean, I will still find something that I have it in my head. It works this way. And it seems common sense. And then somebody at some point will say, well, no, not exactly. And then I look into it and I'm like, oh, wow. So you can go pretty deep on some of this stuff, looking into some of the physics and stuff.
Yeah, I always try to learn every day. Try to learn something new every day. I'd never claimed to know it all. I just thought I'm really good at finding information online. That's been my golden ticket, man. Like
I do that a lot. Yeah.
I
You
go, I
have
get
to
on
know
my,
the answers.
I get on my phone and I just start going on a deep dive, man. It's out there somewhere. You just gotta know what you can trust and what you can't trust, and that's the hard part.
Yeah, they were talking about AI at the shop today, and I told them that, yeah, I'll just put my Gemini on live chat and I'll just going down the road. I don't listen to the radio or anything. I'll ask it questions, specific questions on little details of physics and stuff. And they're like, that's the nerdiest thing I've ever heard.
That's
I was like,
funny.
it entertains me. It leads to other stuff and understanding of other stuff. So,
I've never thought of that. That's a pretty cool idea to try. I'm about to check that out now. I listen to podcasts, Drew. I try to listen to educational stuff for the most part. So I'm learning. I don't like to consume a bunch of nonsense. This is personally me trying to be better.
yeah.
So you've been doing this a long time. What's something today are overcomplicating that used to be simple?
Well, in my eyes, I think some of these mini splits have become really complicated, but that's just my lack of getting in front of them,
Mm.
which hope to be remedied soon because I get to go through a Mitsubishi class here at the end of this month.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
A 3 day class, so I'm really excited for that because I'm starting to see them more, and it's just one of those things where I've always kind of had to rely on tech support a lot. So but I might get in front of 2 a year right now. But it's becoming more. We've got one customer specifically who they're going to have a lot of those by the end of this year. They're starting to change out a whole fleet of motor vessels, and they're going to be having a lot of those. So
Nice. Sounds like a lot of work for you and your team. How many guys you got working with you?
we've got 5 technicians and I believe 3 on our install crew right now.
No,
One goes back and forth.
I've only dealt with like a handful of mini splits in the last 15 years. The one in my barn, but um, like you said, just the more you work on it, the more comfortable you get.
Yep.
That's my problem. I don't see them all the time, so when I work on them, I freak out. But you gotta settle down, let's get back to basics, and go about your business. Don't let the customer see you like wondering what the hell you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, and they all make them so different. I mean, when you get behind a Fujitsu or the Mitsubishis, and they all have their own little.
Nuances.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you get the who is it, Medea or somebody else that makes them for like half the other people out there in the world. Like, this is insane, man. Like, they just make them for everybody and rebadge them. Cool.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everything else, everything's going that way, it seems like.
Yep.
So let's talk about longevity. What separates techs who burn out in 5 years from someone who makes it to 25 plus years like you? I mean, we all know it. With my industry, particularly, once you hit that 3 year mark, if you're going to be good, you're going to know it about that time. So, I mean, what separates it in the HVACR side of it?
I probably somewhat lucked out because that 3 year mark was not it for me. It was several more years into it for me, but things would come along. Probably that second year when I moved from apprentice over to journeyman.
Mhm.
There's obviously there was a change there to where now I'm trusted to be on a job by myself. I get to take on an apprentice to help me do stuff now.
Mhm.
And in a few years of doing that, then you get to go on to, learning something a little different. So, and as more and more ways for me to get training came in, there's several times I would be right on the edge of that burnout, and then something would just come along to just kind of renew my interest in it. It's like, oh, okay, I think I can do this again.
Mhm.
A lot of things to get rid of that self doubt.
Boy, that's the worst part. It's like the imposter syndrome, man. Like, especially you get some attention online and stuff, and you're like, and then you'll
Yeah.
have a day where you get your butt kicked. And you're like, I'm not who these people think I am. I'm not this person. This isn't me. I can't even do this. And it's
Yeah. Yep.
internet has a weird way of doing things. Most people only show their wins or successes, and they don't show what really happens behind the scenes. So everyone thinks that, oh, these people never fail. They're perfect, and that's not the case at all. And then you get your
Nope.
butt kicked one day, and you're like, why am I doing this? I'm dumb. I can't do this anymore. And
Yeah.
we all learn though.
Yeah. Just occasionally you get that you get that one unit that, all right, easy fix. And then you fix it and then, oh wait, no, this ain't working right. Now this ain't working right. It's like, man, you feel defeated sometimes.
Yeah, I got a cooler I'm working on. It's like an hour and a half from the shop. I went out there and put an evaporator. I ran it before, found a leak in the evaporator, ordered the evaporator, went back out. When I went back out, start components were bad. I just ran this thing. I was like, how did it run? I was like, and now the start components are bad. I was like, whatever. So I ordered start components, and it's a Tralson. It's like 240 volts Canadian. So it's like special stuff. So it took forever to get start components in. I went back out there, put them in, and now the compressor, the valves, it won't run. It's like the compressor's just even pressures. And it was like just burning hot. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, what in the world? I told the customer, they're like, should we fix it? I was like, you just put an evaporator in. You might as well just change the compressor and just rock it for another 5, 10 years and let it be.
Yeah.
At that
You've got
point,
you've got 80% of a new system now.
yeah. Just hope the lines don't. Nothing's wrong with the lines. I shouldn't say that because I'll probably screw that up when I go back. It's just one of those days, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, that imposter syndrome, yeah, that there'll be some people send me some pictures of stuff and they're like, man, I can't figure this out. And I'm looking, I'm like, I've never seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I believe that I could probably sit down and find information and help through it. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head with they think you know everything and no, I know what I've been put in front of and how I found my answers. So,
Yeah, you just got to be. You can't be afraid to take a risk or take a chance on something. A lot of guys just get hung up on, oh, I've never seen this before and freak out. I can't do this instead of just sitting down and going through it. I mean,
yeah.
it's a refrigeration system. It has the same components. Now it may do things a little different than something else you're used to, but it all comes down to the same basics. So just sit down, try to find some information, call the manufacturer. I mean,
Yeah, I don't ever try to get too excited over one because you do it for a long time and you figure out it's like, well, the answer will eventually reveal itself to us. We just have to be
mhm.
vigilant and chase down. Start with what we know is not working that should be working, and go from there.
Nice. So I've noticed you're more than just a tech. I mean, you're a husband, you're a father, you're a volunteer firefighter. Like, how do you keep up with all this stuff, man? Because the trade is a busy trade, anyways. And then add everything else in. You were at what Comic Con last weekend or weekend before, out having some fun. I mean,
Yeah, I went out there. Well, I drove out there that day and hung out for the day, and had to come back and get stuff done. But yeah, the firefighter. Unfortunately, I've not got to participate a whole lot with that in probably the last 12 months. I have responded to a few calls, and I got to get back and free some time up to help with that because I enjoy doing that. Over the winter, we had a horse that had fell in some ice, so
hmm,
I did get to go out and help respond to that. It was one of the times where I'm home and it comes in, so
yeah,
that's the big thing is I'll help when I can.
I understand. My son, he's been a volunteer firefighter since he was 18. He was 17, and him and his buddies were shooting fireworks off near a cornfield and set a cornfield on fire. And luckily, it was already harvested, so it was just just this crap on the ground that was left. And they came out and put it out, and then they made them launch the fire trucks. And then they tried talking them both into joining, but my son ended up joining, and he loves it. He's having some medical stuff right now, so he can't participate. But
Mm,
he had absolute blast. He had fun doing it, and he uh, he's ready to go back once he gets healed up. But it's something to do, man. I respect anybody that does it. I thought about doing it, but I'm too fat currently. I'm working on that, but a little bit of self care, and I should be able to help out and maybe do something.
Yeah, I was always fascinated with it. When I was 16 years old, my neighbor's house burnt down, and I remember watching the fire department show up, and then I was like, "Why aren't they putting water on that fire yet?" And I didn't know there's a lot more to it than just show up and start spraying water. If there's somebody potentially inside, you don't want to create a big steam bath to
Mhm.
hurt anybody.
Yeah.
So you got
Yeah.
to give a rescue time to happen and stuff like that. But it's always seemed intimidating to me. I felt like you either had to know somebody to join a department, and it's just not the case. If you just show up to a volunteer fire station when somebody's there, they're some of the nicest people in the world, man. They'll invite you in. They'll let you know everything you need to know if you're interested in it. So I
Yeah.
encourage people to go check into it.
Yeah. It was just funny. They made him wash the trucks so they didn't get in trouble and then talked him right into it. I was like, well, they got what they wanted.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, live and learn. Kids and fireworks and cornfields don't mix in the fall.
Yep.
Sweet. So, we talked a little bit about, being home and being able to run those calls. Do you think the work life balance is getting better or worse for the HVACR industry right now?
From what I see, for a lot of people, it's they're gone a lot
Hmm.
working. I'm pretty fortunate where I am now. We're on call every fifth week, um, and typically our calls, the emergency calls, are actually emergency calls.
Hmm.
So we're not constantly getting you know ran over the weekend and stuff. We don't have any customers that have racks or anything right now, so we avoid a lot of those 2 a.m., 4 a.m. calls, luckily. But yeah, I can see people who have those customers. Uh, that would help lead to that burnout that you were talking about too. Not getting to feel like you've got enough home life, enough time to yourself. If you're making money and no time to spend it, I mean, kind of sucks.
Yeah, I've been there. My biggest problem is like I don't want to let my customers down. I don't want to let my employer down. So I probably take on more than I have to, more than I should, just because that's just my mentality. Um, and sometimes people do take advantage of it, unfortunately. Right now, I'm not in that situation where I feel like someone's taking advantage of it. I do what I want to do, and I enjoy what I do, and I make good money, so I can't really complain. I mean, I can, but no one's gonna listen.
Yeah. The industry, the wages in the industry is just going up. I mean, it's really showing there's fewer and fewer people taking the jobs, are the ones retiring. Uh, so it makes every employee that you have way more valuable.
Hmm. Yeah, both my boys do it, and my oldest son's been doing it for like 4 years now. And the money he makes, I'm like, dude, it took me like 12, 13 years to make that kind of money. You're 4 years in making that money, dude. I'm like, that's freaking wild. But I
Yeah,
mean, it's just like all the trades. There's a lack of workers, coming in versus what's going out. I mean, everybody wants to beat that horse, but I don't know the answer to it. I mean, we try to find young kids that played sports. Man, that seems to be the best bet because they've already got a sense of discipline. They've already got a sense of how
yeah,
all rules and stuff, and it's worked out pretty good for us so far. We've got 3 under 24, and I'm excited for that.
yeah. This conversation just came up today. I stopped at a supply house and was talking with the guy, and he's one that follows along with the videos.
Mhm.
And he said, he'd worked as a mechanic for a long time and had got a lot of his, you know, mechanical skills from that. And a lot of people can't find help, so he's like, hire mechanics. They already know how to use the hand tools and impacts and all that. So I
Yeah.
think if they put shop class back in school would really help out a lot because kids today are just stuck inside on screens and we'd get somebody to come out of the trade school
Mhm.
and watch them try to use a drill to start a self tapper was just painful sometimes to watch that happen.
Uh, so my son, the older one, before he started here, he never even touched a tool. My youngest, I always knew he'd come to work with me one day because he'd always come in with me, like clean the van. He'd always ask questions. He'd be fascinated with what I was doing if I brought something home. But my oldest, like one day, was like, "Hey, are you guys hiring?" I was like, "Yeah, who do you know?" He goes, "Me," and I was like, "Oh hell no!" I was like, "Dude, you never touched tools in your life." And he's like, "Well, I'm applying." And I was like, "Okay." And But like I said, he just used that sports mentality. If you're not gonna beat me, and it's worked out. It was rough for a while, man, but he's kicking butt, and I'm proud of him.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, I don't know how we get past it. I mean, up here they started a lot of trade schools back, so they're kind of dual purpose. They're kind of ran by like a university, like a junior college or something. So like during the day they'll have high school students in there, and then at night they'll have like adult programs in there as well. So they're starting to make a comeback. I mean, I'm not sure how much actual knowledge is taught at them or what, but it's a step in the right direction at least.
Yeah, just getting to use hammers and drills and stuff. I mean, I I did that before I could really even remember having the choice doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up on a farm, dude. It was like I got up on the weekend and my stepdad is like, "Let's go outside. We gotta fix the fence. We gotta build a barn. We gotta do this. We gotta wire this. We gotta do this." This
Oh
is
yeah,
my choice. I was his helper. Get up and get to work.
yeah. My dad had went to a trade school for auto mechanics and diesel mechanics, and he had a bad habit of finding junkers for his main vehicle. And then about the time we would get him fixed up, he would trade it off, and he always got the wrong end of the deal. Or maybe he didn't. Maybe he knew what he's getting into. He just kept his hobby up. But I was always out there with him, having to turn a bunch of wrenches.
He ever yell at you for holding the flashlight wrong?
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's traumatizing to
yeah,
some. That's funny. When that meme came out, I was like, "Yep, that's so true." Whoever came up with that is a genius.
yeah.
Um, so let's talk about the social media side of it for a little bit. Um, you're kind of blowing up here. I mean, you've got a lot of stuff going on. It's cool to see. I love watching guys that take pride in their work. They love what they do. They enjoy showing it off and teaching others. And you've only been creating content under Let's Be Techs for a year and a half. What made you finally hit that record button and just start doing it one day?
Uh, well, I there's a lot. It's not a simple answer actually. I'd always been fascinated with films and stuff. I grew up in the '80s, and then you got movies like Ghostbusters and Back to the Future, and all those movies just stuck with me. It's like, wow, that'd be so cool to make movies and stuff. Just another one of those things that was always scary. Don't know how to get started in that or work in that. We're out here in Kentucky. How are you going to do that in Kentucky? And then the technology just came to where you can start doing it yourself. Um, Lucked out, and in a roundabout way, I got to go sit on a TV show in Atlanta and be a background extra on it, and just watching the director and watching the camera crew and the lighting crew, just watching them all do their own little job. And you realize that these are just everyday people that are just coming together and putting together these big things that just they're really huge in our minds, but it's just a lot of people doing their job.
Hmm.
So now I kind of brought that back home, and that was when me and my buddies got together and made those HVAC 10 Commandments. So that's been about 11 years ago. Then life happened, so I had to step away from doing that for a little bit. But then more recently, I started getting back with this short form stuff, TikToks and stuff, where if you just got 10 seconds, 1 minute, you can make something and put it up online. So that makes it easier to start doing that stuff. But then you start, myself, I start running out of ideas, and
Hmm.
it's like, well, what do I know? And it's HVAC, and it actually started with one of my helpers couldn't ride with me one day, and it was a job he was looking forward to seeing. So I went ahead and recorded it, edited it, and it was easier to put it online. I shared it with him, shared it with a couple of the other technicians that could really use it, and other people saw it, and they wanted more. So I was thrown back. I was honored, and just I have a lack of words for it still.
That's cool. That's just trying to help somebody else turn into something else. Um, TikTok's kind of wild. You got about 2 seconds to catch someone's attention, and if you can't catch it in 2 seconds, they're on to the next one.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and I
just
could
stay
probably
there.
do
You're
better if I paid more attention to trying to put hooks in there, but it's like,
I I get I get frustrated trying to put hooks and stuff in there. Like I'll do a little bit of rage bait here and there, trying to get some engagement, but most of the time it backfires on me. So I just keep putting what I've been doing and have fun doing it. It is what it is. I mean, I don't take it too serious. I'm not trying to get rich off of it. I just have fun, and what happens happens is my mentality with most of it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Just try to get something out there that's entertaining that,
mm-hmm.
you know, people can learn from. And, if they can't learn from it, at least they might have a good laugh.
Yeah, you got a good mix. So I mean, you teach, but then also you have a little bit of fun occasionally, and you do some different stuff. And every once in a while, I get caught off guard. It's like I wasn't expecting that today. So it's fun. You can tell that you're enjoying it, and that makes it even more relatable to people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a hobby to do the editing and the filmmaking side of it. So,
It's a full-time job. Don't lie.
well, yeah.
You're
You can
trying.
spend a lot of time doing it too. So.
I mean, have you got to your monetization part on YouTube yet? Have you got 4,000 hours in yet?
I am very close. I posted a video just yesterday,
Like,
letting everybody know I was down to the last 126 hours,
nice.
and I don't know what time frame they close their analytics off for the day, but from me checking last night to me checking today, now we're down to what is it, 80, like 88 hours left. So
I think it's
people
like
have really pushed through the weekend or pushed through the night and the day today. So.
yeah, that's the only one I'm monetized on, and I just it is what it is. I think we forever to get to 4,000, and once I started seeing I was getting close, I started trying to push it more and push it more, push it more.
Yeah.
It just takes like one video to get like a bunch of traction, and you can do it. But YouTube's weird. I mean, do you post the same shorts from TikTok on there, or do you do different stuff, or do you share it every?
Yeah, well, it's pretty much right now what I post on the other platforms. I just mimic it on YouTube. Some people
Mhm.
like the platform better on YouTube, but some people like the widescreen. So
Mhm.
I've converted a few to widescreen, not many. I was kind of watching to see would they fare better doing that. Because I have no problem to take a few extra minutes to make two different versions of the same video if it would pay off.
So are you
But
just using good?
if it's going to be the same amount of the views and stuff with way more work, as it's you got to find a balance there.
Yeah, what do you use for a camera? Is your phone or?
Yeah, I've got Samsung S26. They got 5 cameras on them.
Yeah, I've got the
So
S25 Ultra. That's the same. Yours are better, but mine's the same setup of 5. I wanted to do a 26, and I just haven't done it yet.
I'll use it, or I've got a GoPro Hero 13 Black that I'll use when I
I
have it with me.
I bought I have 2 of them, 2 different ones, but those Insta cameras, and they have the little detachable ones, and like I got
Hmm.
a piece that clips on my hat, and it just like I point it down and I just go. It picks up me talking. It picks up my heavy mouth breathing. It's
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah. A day where you're winded climbing a ladder or walking across the mall roof, literally from one end to the other, and I get there and I'm hearing myself breathe on camera. I was like, all right, I got to try to cut some of this out if I can.
yeah, it's funny. And then like I think I found some music that said it was uh, royalty free, and then I put it up. And it's like copyright strike. You cannot monetize this video. So then like I'm pulling it back down. I'm like, go get some music, try to find something else to stick over it.
Yeah,
That's the bad thing about YouTube. It's copyright strike for everything. I'm like, come on. And I
yeah,
work in restaurants. You do some restaurant stuff too. So like
yep,
there's always music just blasting, even
yeah,
outside. Like you'll be on the roof and the restaurant's downstairs blasting music on the patio. You're like, I'm gonna get struck for this. It's
yeah.
it's it's fun.
That's if I get well, I mean, like now I've kind of got a little dry spell with my videos up because of how many of those environments I've been working in. Either one that I can't have a camera in because of clearances and stuff, or one that I can have a camera in, but there's loud music or you know something, or somebody will have like their logos plastered
Mhm.
all over everything. It's like, well, some of those I film and I don't even pay attention until I get home and I start editing it. It's like, wait, what is that? Shania Twain. I can't even. They're the most important parts. I can't even.
Yeah, and then everything's badged, like, or stamped, or, like, you go to Taco Bell and the ice machine's got a big stamp in it, a Taco Bell symbol, or if you're smart and you know what you're doing, like certain fryer companies will put prefixes or postfixes or whatever on
Yep.
their things, and you know where I'm working at if you know the and, like, I can tell by color schemes and floor tiles. Yeah, and Chris
Yeah.
HVACR Videos is a friend of mine, and he's always saying the same thing. He's like, branding's everywhere. You can't get away from it in the restaurants, and
Yeah.
all it takes is one of them to figure out, who you are and where you're at, and not like it, and just get you in trouble. It's
Yeah. Yeah. That's a fine line. There's a lot of times that people ask me, "Hey, is that a McDonald's?" or "Hey, is that a Chick-fil-A?" And it's like half the time they're wrong, but sometimes they're right. And but I can't really acknowledge it because you don't exactly ask to do some of the videos when you're out there,
mhm.
and you're just trying to make it about the job, the equipment. You don't want it to be about the customer itself.
Yeah, that's a great point.
It's
It's about the equipment. Yeah, but people know. I mean, and Chris has that same problem. People will guess his, and he just tells he if they guess it right, he just deletes the comment because he doesn't want the attention or people to notice. So, I mean, I can see that. You got to respect your customers because in the end, it's their business, and
right.
you may not think it's something bad, but they may think it's something bad, and who knows?
Yeah, and a lot of people want to know, like what do you charge for that job or whatever. It's like I'm fortunate that I don't have to get too far into the pricing. Typically,
Yeah.
I put everything I use down, and then I've got a lady in the office that takes care of the billing. So
Yep. People
usually
like
when I say I don't know, I can be honest when I say it.
Yeah, people always say that to me too. I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I don't even write the quotes. I give them part numbers, and like if it's a local pickup part, I tell them how much it is for the part, and they mark it up. It's out of my hands at that point.
Right.
That's one
Yeah,
reason.
I just want to tackle the technical side of it, and
That's Yeah, that's a reason why I don't want to own my own business. I don't want to chase money. It's People are like, oh, you should own your own business. You could probably do it. You probably be good at it. I'm like, well, I don't want to chase money, so I don't really care.
right. Yeah, I don't mind. I'd owned my own for a little while, and there was one customer that I never got the money from, and they actually submitted to IRS at 1099 like they had paid me the money too. Was the crazy part.
Oh, that's
So
wild.
hopefully the IRS took my letter back to him and did something with it. Probably not, but
Yeah, Chris brings up a good point. He says the general public does not know what dirty is. If a non-tech watches an ice machine video, they would call the health department if they knew the location name.
yeah,
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 ice machines are wild, man.
yeah, yeah. If you open one up for a Subway or any place that uses yeast on camera, man, you're gonna
Yeah, Subway or a pizza restaurant is the worst,
yeah,
absolute worst. I had a video I put out of two ice machines at the same Subway, one in the front, one in the back, and they ended up having to buy two new ice machines because, like, it was the mantle where the bottoms open up behind it opens up. It's the bottom has a grid cut out behind the evaporator, and there was so much slime back in there. I was like, you got two choices, dude. I was like,
yeah,
either I take it outside and I tip it on the side and I take a pressure washer and try blowing it all out of there, or you buy a new ice machine. So this thing is like 8 years old. I'm telling you, what I do is buy new ice machines, and I haven't been back. So I assume he either bought new ice machines or he found someone that was willing to try to clean those things on the bin, but it was not happening by me.
yeah, yeah. We've been putting something called Ice Zone in those. It's some tubing that runs the air through a UV light.
Is it ozone or is it
And,
UV?
well, it's got a UV light, and it runs tubes in like a
Mhm.
little return tube and a supply tube.
It's got a little fan in there, circulating, a little
Yeah,
blower.
yeah. They call it Ice Zone, so I'm assuming it's some type of an ozone type deal. But I've
Nice.
not looked into it too much. I don't ever do the install side of it. I just know sometimes that makes them difficult to take apart and clean when it's got all those hoses in them.
I know. I think Chick-fil-A uses those on some of their faucets. They have like I don't know if it's that brand or another brand. But it's got some little tubes that go in there and comes out. Um, I've seen some that have just a UV light. I don't know if any of them actually work. I mean,
Well, the subways that we have put them in, there is a significant difference in in the growth from every 6 months that we show up to clean those. So
if I had a Subway that called me every 6 months to clean an ice machine, I'd probably faint.
Yeah. Well, we've got one customer who uh can't give away any of their information, but they own several Subways along with other stores, and they're pretty good about getting us out there on those.
Nice. Holy crap! Thanks for the super chat there, Ryan Hughes. That was my very first super chat. Uh,
Oh,
I am
congratulations!
thanks. I'm blown away, man. That is awesome. Thank you, Ryan. I really appreciate that, buddy. That's cool. I've been waiting for it, and it finally happened. That's awesome. Um, it's all because you're here, Johnny. It's all because you're here, buddy.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
happy to help however I can.
So do you do some tool review stuff too, or is it just training videos? Or
For the most part, I've just been doing training stuff. Sometimes I'll have a tool that I really like, and I'll do a little more in depth on that. Um, I know. Well, I am an Amazon affiliate now, but I've trying to not like overwhelm people or act seem like I'm just trying to push sales and just trying to get rich off all of this. So again, you got to balance because I do want to help people learn, but at the same time, if I can help me and my family along the way, I don't want it to just be nothing but advertisement videos, obviously.
Yeah, there's some guys out there, their content's turned straight to completely ads. I'm like, God, man, you used to do such a great job of content. Now it's like it's an ad. Everything's an ad. I'm like, man, dude, like,
Yeah, I mean they're already making enough money on my videos by throwing ads up on my videos. I was
yeah,
watching one of my own videos from my other account on YouTube, and YouTube's throwing ads on my videos. And I'm like, well, they must love me. They're because I'm not part of the partnership program yet, but they're definitely throwing ads on them.
they'll still make some money off you if they can.
Yeah.
What's funny is uh, I work for a big giant conglomerate as part of Parstown, and like all my videos will have Parstown ads. I'm like, if you guys will just pay me, I just put your name in the video, I guess. But no, it's just funny
Yeah,
to see what YouTube does. I mean, there's huge accounts that are demonetized because of what they do, and then everyone's like, "There's so many YouTube ads," and he's like, "I don't know why because I'm demonetized, but it is what it is." So
yeah, yeah. They are, I mean, I'm not monetized on YouTube, but I have firsthand seen videos come across my video or advertisements come across my videos. So they probably don't want me to be part of the partnership because now they're just going to share some of that.
it's wild, but I don't know how it works. It's a pain in the butt to keep track of. I just look at it and see what they're giving me, and that's about it. Like I said, I don't want to focus on it because then I have
Yeah,
ADHD. If I focus on something stupid and small, I will spiral out of control and ruin my life over some
it's the
trivial thing.
strangest thing with TikTok. I don't know what's going to happen with TikTok, but it there's no rhyme or reason. One month they might give you $50 for the entire month, and they'll turn around and give you a lot more another month, and
Mhm.
it's like if I can't rely on it, I'm not going to rely on it. I'm just going to keep having fun and doing what I'm doing, and then if there's anything come of it extra, that great. If not, then oh well.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I don't do it to get rich. It helps out. I'll buy a tool or something with it or something stupid or whatever.
That's
But
what I'm hoping to do. I'm hoping
uh,
there's enough to get a decent tool here and there, but
I did go buy a vacuum chamber because of you.
oh
Yeah, you bought one. So I teach. Actually, I'm going to teach next week in Bloomington, Minnesota for 2 weeks, and I bought the Vivor square one. I couldn't find the round one, but I bought the square 2-gallon one, and I'm going to take it to class because we
yeah,
had this little beaker thing rigged up and had water in it, and we show them how you can boil water at room temperature. And I was like, man, I'm kind of scared about this little glass beaker, dude. It's something you stole somewhere. It's been heated up a million times on a burner somewhere.
yeah,
Um, it was like, you posted that one. I was like, oh, I'm going straight to Vivor. I was like, I know that orange. I think I commented, like, where'd you find that at? And I just went straight to Vivor and bought one. So
yeah.
I'm excited to play that next week. I want to start a series like, what can I vacuum in there and see what I can do? But I'll probably get in trouble because I'll do dumb stuff like, oh, let's put a full Mountain Dew can in here and then open it, see what happens, and watch it explode. And
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually working on a couple. I need to edit a couple. I've done a few more vacuum experiments. I just need to get the time to sit down and edit those. And
It's hard to top Ty, man. He's over there crushing 55-gallon drums and shit. It's like, golly, man.
yeah,
What was like I was like, can't beat him. I love Ty. He's a
yeah,
asset to our community. He's great.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to get that book that he's got too to read up on all of that
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and talk about the vacuum conductance and everything. And it's all interesting stuff. And
Yeah.
that's usually where I go down the rabbit hole with AI. Is I start asking AI, and if I don't understand, it's like, nope. Tell me, repeat it, but tell me like I'm a 10-year-old.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta have it dumb it down because you start asking it pretty smart questions, and all of a sudden it thinks you're smarter than what you are. And it starts using pretty big words back at me. I'm like, I don't have
Yeah,
any idea, dude. Like,
yeah.
what'd you just say to me? What is that word? And then you're asking it to explain a word. What's the definition of that word? Can you use that in a sentence besides the one you used it in?
Yeah, I'll tell you something fun to do. Over the weekend, I asked it. I was like, based on all the questions I've ever asked you, write a biography about who I am. Yeah, it's somewhat spot on, but then it makes you, it gives you a big head.
Nice. So which one do you use? I use ChatGPT. I've used the professional version, but which one?
I've been doing Gemini. I mean, Google's always been pretty pretty easy,
Pretty
pretty
sure.
accurate. So,
Nice. Nice, nice. So if you had someone come to you today, so they're 18 years old and they watch your videos and they want to do HVACR, what would you tell them?
uh, well, if they're in my area, I would point them to a couple of the companies that I know actually care about the jobs that they do. We've got several who they're just out there to make money,
Mm,
and a young guy coming up on them, they will as quickly as possible throw them in a truck and turn them loose, and probably not going to stick with the trade that way.
mhm,
But I know a few of the other ones, they at least have something in their mind of, yeah, we get them in there, we'll get them as a helper for a few years, and we'll start working with them to get their 608. Start, letting them get their hands wet with some other things. Uh, but I think lack of trainers is
mhm,
probably even inside these other companies. You could have a lot of people that would be willing to train, but they may not have the patience,
mhm.
or they may not know how to convey the words to describe what's going on. And it may be that they've just not looked it up themselves enough. But definitely, when you start trying to teach other people and you start looking into stuff, you teach yourself a whole lot more really quick.
Dude, I got so much heck on a video because I forgot how to troubleshoot something, and I went and looked, and I said in the video, I looked it up on Google, and someone's like, "Well, that's what you get for hiring an influencer to fix your microwave instead of hiring a professional." I was like, "Dude, I've been doing 20 years. I cannot remember how to fix everything in the world." I was like, "If you can do that, I hope you're a freaking billionaire."
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's insane what some people want to comment with these, but and that's always been my thing. Is like, you do not know, you don't have to know how to fix everything. You don't need to know the answers. You just need to know how to find those answers, and
yeah.
that will. I mean, all the stuff we fix ourselves at home. I mean, HVAC guys. A lot of the comments on the videos, you're just showing these homeowners how to fix it themselves. I'm like, I fix everything at home myself. I don't call a plumber. I don't call, you know, unless it gets to the point where I just don't want to fool with it, or it's a really nasty job. I'm probably going to do it myself. And there may be things I look up,
Mhm.
car mechanics and stuff for your cars. Even though you know how to work on cars, how the hell does this part come off? Where'd they hide the screws at?
Yeah, that's 100% what I do when I go work on my Jeep. I'm like, "Okay, I gotta change a water pump." Like, let's find a video because there's a YouTube video of someone changing a water pump on my exact year Jeep model, and I'm like, "Okay, cool. Now I know how to change a water pump." It's amazing what the internet can do for you. I started putting some training stuff out on the internet, and I always put my information out there if people want to reach out because they're struggling. Um, struggling and need help. I did it because when I first started, I felt like I was just kind of thrown to the wolves. I got a week and a half, dude. And when my uniforms came in on Wednesday, they're like, "Oh, you're on your own tomorrow."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Huh?" They're like, "Yeah." And then I did about 3 years, and I wanted to learn refrigeration because I was doing hot side then, and it didn't work out where I was at. So I went to work for a company and said they teach me refrigeration. It's like, cool. So I got there and I said, "So when are we gonna start refrigeration training?" And they're like, "Oh, shit's on the truck, figure it out." I was like, "Oh." So once again, I was back on that island all alone. And that's kind of why I like to do what I do, or try to do what I do, so people can have a resource if they're out there and they feel alone and lost. You're not alone. There's plenty of people out there that learn the same way you're learning. And find them, they'll help you out.
Yeah. Yeah, you have those companies who just want to quickly get people in that truck just to have a body out there making them another check. They don't care if the job's getting done right. They just want someone out there showing up and giving them a billable hour. But you got some other companies who they hire you on as a helper, and then they're pretty good about keeping employees, so they try to keep you as a helper. It's like that's going to cause people to leave.
Yeah, it's a weird balance. If you work for a company that's willing to start you off and build you up and turn you into what you want to be, you need to ride that company as long as you can, as long as they're taking care of you and treating you right.
Yep.
Stick with them as long as you can.
Yeah, I mean, my experience was the latter there of, they would have left me as a helper forever.
Wow.
Because even when I got my journeyman's license, they give you the dollar an hour promise raise to get your journeyman's. Of course, this was 2001, but but then they don't want to move you up, and luckily I moved up out of their own necessity of their service technician getting hurt, and
They didn't have a choice.
yeah, they're like, well, and my journeyman, he was, if I could forget everything he's ever taught me, I would be doing well. He was charging a unit, and obviously he had his hand around that suction line, and I'm like, what are you filling for? How do you know that it's full? And he's like, well, here, fill the line with me. And then all of a sudden the line gets like really, really cold. He's like, did you feel that surge? That means it's full. And I'm like, okay.
Beer can,
yeah.
Two smokes and a coffee vacuum, beer can cold. All the stuff people joke about, but the reason it's jokes because that's what people used to do. I mean,
yeah, no, and that was him dead serious teaching me that's how you know it's full of refrigerant. And it's like, now I know. It's like, okay, that was just floodback.
Yeah, that's not what we need here. That's funny.
Never used a charging scale. Everything was like, yeah, well, it's about 3 pounds. It's like, man, that's doing your company and the customer a disservice.
Yeah,
I remember when 410A coming out, and I was trying to use his method. Before I know it, I emptied the jug. There was a restriction, and it drank it all quickly.
Oh my gosh. The restrictions will get you every time. Like,
Yep.
Where's this going?
Yeah, I mean, it just drank it. And then you had other jobs where you're sitting there and you're adding forever, and then it's not actually taking it that quick. And you feel like you've emptied your jug, and then if you got scales under, it's like, oh, 2 pounds. Well, okay.
That's what happens to me because in the winter I'll be doing refrigeration. I'll have a jug in my truck, and I always forget to bring it in. I get to the point where I got to charge the system, and I can bring the jug in. It's like got ice on it, pretty much. I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. And I'm like, oh, let's throw this in the sink and put some hot water on it and get it warmed up a little bit, get some pressure back in this tank for me.
Yep.
That's funny. That's funny. So, do you think that social media is helping the trades or giving people a false idea what the job really is?
I think it's going to be how the individual watching it's going to interpret it. To be honest, I definitely see the beneficial side of it, but then I also see a lot of people who's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to get into the trade and make lots of money." And there's a big learning curve that you can't catch that out of the video. You can't see the 27 years of failures and whoops, that board board blew up brand new that I just put on there. It's like, maybe I missed something. Lots of those, and it helps to work for a company that understands that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Just give you down the road and fire you and all that when those happen.
Yeah, I think it can go both ways. You see a lot of guys acting like they know what they're really doing. They really don't. So just like you said, it's up to the individual viewer to kind of decipher, and hopefully they understand if someone's being, lazy or doing bull crap work versus someone that knows what they're doing. There's
Yep.
a lot of young guys out here doing good work, killing it, and then there's some that are out here pretending like there's some they're not. I'm like, just trying to front for the Instagram,
Yeah,
doing.
it seems like once a year, I'll have one piece of equipment that just makes me feel dumb. and it's every year, and it's always one piece of equipment, and it's always one of the multi-issued units too.
Because you
So
fix one problem, something else pops up. You're like, no.
yeah, I don't know if everybody else experiences that, but it seems like once a year that always happens. It makes you start questioning, like, why does my company even pay me?
Dude, I've been doing it 20 years. It's the same thing. I have
Yeah.
days I'm like, I can't fix shit. I'm like, this toaster just beat me up, or like this fryer is I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I just want to
Yeah.
go home. Like, I'm done. Just let me go home. Leave me alone. Let me go
Yeah.
home. That's great. Well, we're coming
Yeah.
up on time, man. I really appreciate you coming on.
I
Tell
appreciate
everybody
you
where
having me.
tell everybody where they can find you. I'm sure they all know. I mean, it's pretty easy. You made it easy on them. You don't have some big long dumb name like me.
Yeah. I mean, across TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and even there's an Instagram too, but I don't do a lot with it. They want 3 minutes or less, and that usually doesn't fit most of my videos. But channel's named Let's Be Tex, uh, and I thought of the name just because I wanted it to be, let us be Tex. Let's
Mhm,
learn together and let's let's go through it. I've always wanted it to kind of be more like just a community,
mhm.
which is what it's actually turned into. I mean, I am amazed with all the people following it, and I'll ask questions on my Facebook. Is like, this individual's being a little intrusive or whatever. What do you guys think we should do? Should we leave him or should we, boot him? Or and everyone's like, if he's not going to contribute, then let's boot him. So, and I gotta agree, but I try to let people weigh in because I don't want it to be like this is my channel. I'm going to do exactly what I want to do, and I know that I can, but at the same time, if they're not here contributing and watching, because I don't give all the answers. Sometimes I just show some weird shit that happens, and somebody else has seen it and knows the answer. So I
Yeah.
learn a lot from my own comments on my videos from other people contributing. And if somebody gives a really good tip, and there's been several of those, I'll include them in the next video. People are like, "Wow, thanks for that." And it's like, I can't take the credit, but I will show what I learn, and whatever people want to contribute with me, I'll pass it forward.
That's what I need to get better about on TikTok and even Instagram. Like a comment, you can reply to a comment with a video and it pops it up in there for you and everything. It does everything for you. I need
Mm-hmm.
to get better about that. Because I think that does a lot. It's like explains the process, and then they can click that comment, takes them back to the first, video and that. But that's really good that you can do that. I bet, yeah, it's fun to watch you. It's fun to watch you grow. You're taking off, man. I was like, I got to get this guy on here. Let me send him a Facebook friend request. Hopefully, he doesn't think I'm some weird stalker. Like, it's funny.
Yep.
We do have some mutual people we know, so that was kind of cool to see. It's
Yeah.
a small world, man. Uh,
Yeah. It's crazy.
so all right, man. I won't keep you any longer, but I really appreciate you coming on. Make sure you guys go check out Let's Be Text on all social media platforms. I will link all this stuff and when I release the episodes. When I put out some teasers over the next couple of days, but I appreciate you coming on and have a good night, man.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yep. If you guys would, please consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the podcast. It really helps us grow and helps us know which direction to move in. Also, if you have any suggestions for guests, please email me at commercialkitchenchronicles@gmail.com. Or if you want to be a guest, email me. Love to have you guys on. Thanks a lot. See you next week.